So welcome back traders to another exciting live stream. As you all know, we always have this daily analysis on gold, Bitcoin USD, pound GPY, US oil, and other top major currency pairs. So we always start from gold, then we have the analysis downward to Bitcoin, pound GPY, US oil. So we are currently on gold. We are on the 4-hour time frame. If you are a new viewer, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and let's jump right into the analysis. And remember, if you have any question, drop it down in the live chat so that I can respond to you. And if there's any pair you want me to analyze for you, drop it there. I'll check it out for you guys. So currently gold is bullish. You can see the trend is clearly up. Price is making a clean trend. Price is respecting that trend and not breaking below the trend. So that means we are only looking for buying opportunity on gold. This is how you need to be approaching your charts. Trading is very simple if you can understand this basic principle. So as you can see, the first thing we did was to identify the overall trend of the market. As I always tell you guys, at any given point in time, the market is always in three phases. You must find the market is in one of these phases. Either price is bullish, which is up, price is bearish, which is down, or price is consolidating, which is moving sideways. So at any point in time, you must find the market is in one of these phases, either the uptrend, downtrend, or just consolidating. So on this example, price is bullish. Price is bullish. We are only looking for buying opportunity. Once we identify the overall trend is up, the next thing is to look for tradable opportunity. So the next thing is to scale down to the 1-hour time frame to see the behavior of candles around that level. Remember, we use the 4-hour to mark out our key level, either the trend line or the support or resistance. Then the 1-hour time frame is to identify the behavior of candles around that level. Most traders don't know how to use the multiple time frame for the analysis. They just go randomly and choose any time frame and take a trade. So the 4-hour, the higher time frame, is to mark out your analysis, your key levels, while the 1-hour is to see the behavior of candles around that level. So as you can see, price is clearly respecting that level. All we need to do is to wait for price to pull back close to the trend line. Once we start identifying weak rejection, we'll take the buy here, stop loss below for a continuation up. This is what we identify as the trend line strategy. So this is how your trade should look like, something like this. Stop loss below the trend line for a continuation up. You can see once you take your trade here at the trend line, you have a more smaller and safer stop loss placement. But any buys you take immediately, even though the trend is up, you need to wait for the pullback before taking the trade. So buy here, stop loss below for a continuation up. Let me illustrate that for you guys. This is how your chart should look like. Stop loss below the level. Then this should be your target. So if you're just joining us, you can drop your question in the live chat so that I can respond to you guys. Let's see. So that's the analysis for gold. We are going to be checking on the next pair. We'll still come back to gold. But let's make other analysis. We'll be analyzing the Bitcoin USD. So let's see. Remember, we always mark our charts using the higher time frame, that the 4 hour or the daily. So we're using the 4 hour for this. Always use the higher time frame so that I can get the right information. So we're going to first mark our support level. We identify an area in the market here where price has been rejecting. Whenever price gets to that level, price rejected. Remember, this is not a single line, it's an area. It's not a single line. Price reacted at this level, so it's an area. So we expect price to we anticipate that price will keep respecting the level. So all we are waiting for is for price to push deep into the level, and once we scale down to the lower time frame, either the 1 hour, to get weak rejection, this is a perfect place to take your buys, stop loss below for a continuation up, because the theory behind that is we anticipate that price will keep respecting that level, that support level. So let's label it so that you guys understand this clearly. So this is our support level. You can see the candle is already turning bullish. So if you are not currently in the buy, you should consider taking your buys now before the market leaves you, because if the market push deep enough, getting into the trade will be more harder, because your stop loss must be below this level. So this is how your trade should look like. You buy at the level, stop loss below. This is how your trade should look like. Back to some of this resistance level in the market. So if you are just joining us, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are a new viewer. If you have any question, drop it down in the comment section below, and if you want me to analyze any pair for you, drop it in the live chat and I'll see what I can do.
I know it would be goodbye, my love. When did the close of forever come, my love? All I recall was a stare that was vacant and cold. Where did the spark go, the warmth that once stole my soul?
So this analysis for Bitcoin USD, I hope it was clear enough for you guys. So let's go back to gold and see what's happening on gold. And as I said, if you are just joining us, if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we are having these daily streams. These are free live stream where I break down the chart for you guys and show you exactly how to use price action to scale your profits in Forex. So if you have any question, drop it in the live chat and I'll respond to you. So on gold, if you are just joining us late, as I said, we are going to be using what we call the trend line strategy. Price is making a clean trend up. You can see price has been respecting the trend line and trading above it. So the trend line strategy is just wait for price to pull back deep close to the trend line, something like this, and once you start getting a rejection through scaling down technique, once you get weak rejection, that's the point you take the buy and stop loss below for a continuation up, because as long as price is respecting the trend line, we are good for buys. The only time the trend will change from being bullish to being bearish is when we have a strong 4-hour candle close below the trend line. But as long as price is trading above it, we are good for buys. So that's all we did. All we waited for was for price to pull back close to the trend line. Price is not currently at the trend line right now. Let's scale down so that I can see. We are waiting for price to pull back, and once price gets close to the trend line, we get triggered into the buy, and we safely place our stop loss below the trend line, because the logic behind it is if price is going to continue up, there's no point for price to break below the trend line. So that's why you can see we have a more smaller and safer stop loss placement. This is like 4 or 5 pips stop loss. So you can see the strategy helps you minimize your risks and maximize your profits, and that's trading. So let's move on to the next pair, which will be the pound JPY. We'll still come back to gold, and if you have any question, drop it down in the comment section below. And if you want me to analyze other pairs for you, drop the pair and I'll see what I can do. So we are currently on pound JPY charts. We're on the 4-hour. Remember, we always start our analysis from the higher time frame, which is the 4-hour time frame. So we can identify that the trend is clearly up. Price is making higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high. So this is a clean trend up. So we are only looking for buying opportunity. So the next is to mark out our levels. This was the last level that was broken. Price was trading below this level for a very long time. Remember, this is 12 hours of information. These are 4-hour candles. Price was trading below it, and suddenly price broke above that level. So this is the level we are going to be working with. So let's scale down to the 1 hour to see the behavior of candles around that level. So once we scale down, you can see once price broke above the level, all we need to do is to wait for price to pull back again and retest this level, and this is where we need to be taking the buy, stop loss below for a continuation up. So this is how your trade should look like. We are going to take the buy after the pullback have happened. Don't just take the buy now. We want to minimize our risks and exposure in the market. You take your capital at all costs so that you will still be in the game. It's a probability game. It's not gambling, but it's a probability game. You will minimize your risks and maximize your reward so that your winnings will cover your losses. So this is how you become profitable in the market. So all we are waiting for is for the pullback. We need the pullback to the retest level, and this is where we'll take the buy for a continuation up. So this is a simple analysis. Hope you guys understand this, but if you don't, just keep on, just stick with me. We have these streams daily. You understand this. These are free analysis. I don't charge you guys. So stop loss below, and you always want to go for a moderate take profit. Don't get too greedy in the market. Aim for at least 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and get out of the market. Just because price is going your direction doesn't mean you should get greedy and go for a 1 to 10, 1 to 20, and before you know it, price reverse and stop you out. So go for a moderate. If you want to trail your stop loss, that's fine, but don't get too greedy in the market. So let's check on the EURUSD. as you have noticed, we always start our analysis from the 4-hour time frame. I don't know how to stress this fact for you guys. We always start from the 4-hour time frame. Always start your analysis from the 4-hour. So we are currently on the 4-hour, and once we identify the trend of the market is up, price is bullish, that means we are only looking for buying opportunity on Euro USD. You can see price have been trading above the trend line and not breaking below it. So the next thing is to mark out our level, the last level that was broken. So this is the level we can work with. We can identify multiple week rejection, or we can say that this is the last higher low that was formed, because the market always moves in 3 phases. We have the push phase, the pullback, before we get the continuation up. So the markets, this is how the market moves. After any push phase, pullback, continuation, or push phase, exhaustion, then the continuation. So this is how the market always moves. If the market is trending up, this is the structure that will be formed. And remember, this is where you need to be taking the buys if the market is trending up. After the exhaustion, after the pullback have happened, this is where you take your buys. This is how your trade should look like, because what we are anticipating is for the continuation to kick in. So this is the best place to take your buys, not here but after the exhaustion. Once start identifying weak rejection, something like this. So this is the exhaustion, which is this level here we are looking at. So this is the best place to take your buys. But the market have already pushed. If you still want to take this trade, you need to wait for price to pull back again to that level, something like this, so that you can have a more smaller and safer stop loss below. You can see all our trades, we have a very small and moderate stop loss, and the stop loss is in a safe position because it's below the wick, below the level. The idea behind it, if price is going to continue up, there's no point for price to break below the level. So that's the idea behind the stop loss. Is in a safe position if the market is going to continue up. So this is where you need to be taking your buys after the exhaustion, which is this level, for a continuation up.
I know it would be goodbye, my love. When did the close of forever come, my love? All I recall was a stare that was vacant and cold. Where did the spark go, the warmth that once stole my soul?
So this is analysis for US oil. We're going to still go back to gold. So let's analyze US oil. So the first thing you want to do, the market is not really trending. The market is moving sideways. The market is not making a clean trend either up or down. The market is just trending. So the next thing to do is to mark out our key levels. So we're going to mark out our resistance level. mark out our resistance, and we'll also mark out our support level. As you all know, the principle behind the support and the resistance level is simple. Price reacted at this level. Whenever price gets to the level, we saw a reaction. So price is respecting these levels, and that was why we draw out this level as our support. Remember, it's not a single line, it's an area. It's an area. Sorry about that. So it's not a single line, it's an area in the market. Same principle here with the resistance level. Price reacted at these levels, and if you scale down to the 1 hour to see the behavior, you see the chart clearly. Price reacted aggressively at these levels and did not break above. So this is more like a breakout and a break back into structure. It's a false breakout. This doesn't count. So if you plan on trading the range, you either sell at the resistance back to the support, or buy at the support back to the resistance. That's how you trade the range. But I personally don't trade the range. I either wait for a clean breakout so that I can take my trade. So if you want to trade the range, this is how you should trade it. Sell at the resistance and buy at the support, and you should manage your trade before price gets back to the levels. So that's the analysis for US oil. Let's go back to gold. So on gold, as we said, we are only waiting for price pullback and trigger us in at this level close to the trend line, and our stop loss is here for a continuation up. Because the overall trend is up, we are still looking for buys. So I think we'll round it up here. That's the analysis on the pairs. If you want to view them again, you should play back the video. You can see how I break the chart down for you. And if you want to be part of our VIP trading signal group, we will drop a daily high probability trading signal on gold, Bitcoin USD, Pound JPY, US oil, and other top major currency pairs. Check out the video description. There's a WhatsApp and a Telegram link. Click on the link, you get added to the group. It's a paid membership group, but you get daily signal. We do the analysis for you. You just need to click the buy or sell. And also, if you want to expand your knowledge in Forex, we have a mentorship course online. We teach you one-on-one. We take live trade together. We share with you some key tips and secrets on how to scale and pass your pro-firm challenges. So if you want to be part of that, you should also check us out.